You are tuned in to Kids
In the Pit!
We can lose! We can lose! The day we do it! Do it next right! We're trying to bet! We're trying to fight! We can't lose! We can't lose! We can't lose! We can't lose! We can't lose!
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I am joined by Keith Freeman from the band Restraining Order. Hey Keith, mind if I ask you some questions about your career in hardcore?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Let's go.
So what do you do in Restraining Order? And also my dad told me you're in a bunch of other bands. What are some other bands you're in or have been a member of in the past?
So for Restraining Order, I play bass. Most of my bands that I'm in right now, actually all the bands I'm in right now, I play bass, which is there's 6 bands. So Restraining Order, Maniac, Intimidation, All Due Respect, Near Dark, Ammunition.
Wow. So you must be on the road a lot because you're in so many bands.
Yeah, a lot of them are projects that I started honestly during the pandemic. So it's all kind of situational. My main band is like Restraining Order, so we're doing the most touring. But whenever I have downtime or all the other members are together, sometimes the other bands will play too.
Cool. So what was the first band you were in and how old were you when you joined?
Uh, First band, I played guitar back when I was in like senior year of high school. I was 17, and I played guitar for this band. They were already a band, but I joined it. It was this band called Use Your Head, and I played guitar for about a year.
Cool.
I was in that band for a couple years.
Nice. So what is your favorite place you've toured in and what's the most obscure place you've toured in?
That's hard because usually when I'm on tour, the last tour I did is usually like better than the last, or every tour that I do, I think is better. So, um, favorite place, I would say, in terms of like overall just experience and craziness. Uh, we played Paris last summer, and that was like my favorite show of the whole tour for that European tour.
Oh,
So
awesome.
that was cool. For obscure, probably Wheeling Island, West Virginia. It was really weird show. It was in the woods in an abandoned house, uh,
Huh.
powered by a power generator. It was pretty punk. Uh, that's probably the most obscure place.
Wait, so it was just in the middle of West Virginia?
Yeah, yeah. So in order to get to the venue, we had to meet up with the promoter at like a we were in like a random parking lot, like Burger King or something, and then we followed him through like the woods to this like weird house in the middle of the woods that just had no power, so it had a generator. Um, and they had like a skate ramp inside. It was pretty punk. It was like something you see out of like a movie or something.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
So do you have any crazy or funny tour stories?
Uh, that's hard. So I'm trying to think because when I'm on the road, I'm like kind of notorious for falling asleep. So I fall asleep a lot and I miss a lot. But in Europe, I know we had like a day off in Berlin, and we went on tour. There was 5 bands, and we were all in a bus. So it was like 24, 25 of us all in a bus. And on
Wait,
this
all
day
in
off,
one bus?
yeah, it was like a double
Jeez.
decker. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And they have Lime scooters. I don't know if they have those there, but you can like rent a scooter, electric scooter for the day. And there was maybe like 20 of us just all rolling down the road on these Lime scooters. And the
That's
cars were
awesome.
getting pissed, like honking at us, and we're just weaving in and out. It was funny. We were just being like, you know,
What was the first
typical
concert you
American.
went to? Oh, what were you
First
saying?
concert,
Uh,
was just saying that, we were just being typical, like, arrogant Americans, just weaving through the cars.
okay. Well, what was the first concert you attended and how old were you?
First concert. So I was a late bloomer. I didn't really go to a lot of musical events until like high school, like later high school. let me think. I was part of like some like street team for like I forget exactly what the company was, but they pretty much got me into this tour called Taste of Chaos in 2006, I believe, for free. And the lineup, I don't recall. I remember it was like a bunch of like popular metalcore band, whatever was on like MTV at the time. Um, this band As I Lay Dying. I think Story of the Year. It's like a pop punk band played. Just like a bunch of those like I don't know MTV Hot Topic bands at the time. So it was probably my first like actual concert. And then for a show, um, a couple towns over, there's this bar called Cabot Street Pub, and I found out about hardcore through the internet, Pure Volume, and I saw that there was a local band, a hardcore band that was playing Chicopee. So I had my grandmother drop me off. That was probably my first show. This band called Chuck Brunswick.
Cool. So, what are some of the bands that got you into punk and hardcore music?
So that's a tough question too, because a lot of people got into like punk through like the early Tony Hawk games, which I guess technically I would have too, because I played those games a lot. But it's really hard. Probably sometime in middle school, because that's when I started to listen to like rock music. And I would pretty much just whatever was on TV, I would see. So like whatever was uh, on MTV at the time, like probably like Green Day, mostly like pop punk stuff. Uh, Trying to think. It's been a while, you know. Stuff like Newfound Glory, Take It Back Sunday, like those like pop punky bands.
Cool. Oh, I-
Probably Guitar Hero too, because that was like a game changer for me,
cool.
like discovering a lot of bands. Because I never grew up listening to like rock music in my household, so Guitar Hero was like, whoa,
Yeah. Bad Religion was the first band I liked.
that's a good one.
Yeah, they're really good. So, what are so non-music related questions now. What are some of your
Mhm.
hobbies? I heard you are a Pokemon Go player like me.
Yes, I am a Pokemon Go player. I'm
Nice.
level 49 right now.
Jeez,
I've been not playing.
I'm like 36 or something.
Oh, nice. Wait. What's the cap? 40, right? I'm 39. Is that what I said? I said 49.
You said 49.
My bad.
Oh.
So, I mean, I haven't really been playing recently because I'm a little burnt out finally. But I'm one level from reaching the max level, so I'm like, I should probably try to just grind that out.
Yeah.
But I play Pokemon Go. I like to go to the arcade a lot. We have a round one, a couple towns over. So I play like fighting games and I like music rhythm games like DDR, stuff like that.
Yeah. Also,
Uh,
in Pokemon Go, have you submitted to any Pokestops yet?
no, I could, but I'm
Uh,
really lazy. So
huh.
have
So,
you?
nah. Well, if you could, what Pokemon would you choose to live as for one day and why?
Definitely someone that can fly. Probably like probably somebody crazy like Rayquaza or something, because he's just like the god Pokemon.
Which
You
one?
know, he just Rayquaza, uh, or
Which
Rayquaza
one?
or whatever. Rayquaza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The green dragon one, right? Rayquaza?
yep,
Okay.
yeah. Because honestly, because in Pokemon Go, I have a lot of good ones. I have a perfect one. I have a shiny 98% IV one. So
Huh.
like, I've
Cool.
just been really lucky with IVs with Rayquazas. So it's kind of like my spirit Pokemon.
Also,
Um,
something kind of like dark about the Pokemon world is you know how in you know about like the Pokemon like TV show, right?
yeah.
Well, so they're eating meat in that, and there's not chickens, there's not cows, there's not pigs, so they're eating Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's
Either
pretty
that or
dark.
it's either that or they're eating humans.
They're probably in Pokemon because I know Farfetch uh, has like his the description. They talk about people using eating it in like a soup or something,
Oh,
or
wow.
far-fetched.
Huh. So
That's why
what?
he carries like a leek with him because it's like
Huh.
flavorful.
So what's your favorite food?
Favorite food, probably lasagna. I'm a huge lasagna guy.
Nice. Garfield?
Oh yeah, sleeping and lasagna, my two favorite things.
Sounds good. So what is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Weirdest thing, probably octopus. I went to like a Japanese restaurant and they had like little octopus like tentacle things,
Yeah.
and I was afraid to try it. My friend was like, come on, try it." I got pressured. Then I tasted it. It was like, I probably wouldn't do it again. It wasn't that good, but it's probably the weirdest.
Nice. Was it like in Japan or was it just a Japanese restaurant in like the US?
Yeah, it was just a here in the U.S. I wish it was in Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, I want to go there too. So would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button in your life?
Uh, Probably a pause button because for rewind, like I kind of like all the things that I've done, and I don't want to like jeopardize those things not happening.
Yeah.
But I feel like time is just going by so quick. I'm always doing things, and a pause button would be great. Just to pause and take a nap every once in a while.
Nice. So if you could invite three people to dinner, living or dead, who would you choose?
Oh man, three people to dinner. Oh man, that's hard. Uh, I'll go with. Oh, all right, I'm gonna pick some celebrities. I'm gonna go Sarah Michelle Gellar because I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the television series as a kid, and I've always wanted to meet her. Um, Probably Shaquille O'Neal because he's just my favorite like celebrity person character ever.
Yeah.
And then for three, hmm, let me think. Let me think. For three, oh man, Whitney Houston because I'm looking at one of Whitney Houston shirt and she's my favorite singer of all time. So it would be cool to see her.
So if you could tell your 11-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
I would 1,000,000% um, tell myself to get into Bitcoin and to treat it as if it was like the greatest thing in the world. Like get into Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin as soon as I get old enough to stash that away safely, and I'd probably be a billionaire right now.
Yeah. Well, anything to add before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I would also tell myself if I couldn't talk about like a way to make money as like 11-year-old, I would probably tell myself to get into hardcore a little earlier because I was like kind of late to the game and I missed a lot of bands just on the skin of my teeth that I could have seen. So
Uh,
I think it's really cool that you're doing this. Keep it up, and for those listening that are out there, go to shows, start bands, start zines, book shows. Just
yep.
you know, keep
Okay.
the scene alive.
Okay. Well, thanks to Keith for joining me today, and thanks to all of you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.